you'll be able to perform one targeted transmutation. We're increasing the gold output in certain modes. I like it. I like it. It was good. Hey everyone, it's Suzi here, and today we're playing a Watcher of Realms. For today's video, we have Dev Insights. This is a hot topics list that I will read so you don't have to. Alright, a little bit of a wall of text here, not too bad, but it is a hot topics special episode number 7. Alright, so this was just posted today, June 1st. Holy cow, it's a new month. What's happening? Time is flying. I'm so behind literally everything, but trying my best to keep up like always. The Godforge beta has me a bit distracted, of course, but that's really fun to be getting things rolling there. And yeah, lots to still work on. Definitely, for sure, but I wouldn't have it any other way. I love my job. Okay, so Dev Insights. In recent times, we've received a great deal of feedback, particularly from highly upvoted topics and game suggestions. So between April 1st and May 15th, this is the selection, we've carefully listened to every voice. At the special moment, we're launching a Dev Insights special episode 7 Hot Topics Q&A, where we'll address some of the most frequently discussed and important topics with sincerity and transparency. Thank you for your continued support and passion. We deeply appreciate every piece of feedback, whether praise or criticism. Every word you share helps us grow and move forward together. Question 1. Transmutation gems are considered rare resources, but we can still go on an unlucky streak and roll the same stats repeatedly. Would it be possible to introduce a pity mechanism or a stat selection mechanism to improve the refining experience? The reply is, hi, Commanders. We know how satisfying it feels to land that perfect roll during gem enhancement sessions. We hear you. A pity system for transmutation gems and evolution gems are now officially in our development pipeline, and it will roll out in a future patch. We haven't forgotten about variant gems either. A pity system for variant gems is also in active development, though it's scheduled for a later patch after transmutation and evolution gem pity system. Here's a sneak peek at the gem pity system we're currently planning, which would apply to all 3 gem types. Each time you consume 1 gem and the corresponding gem pity will increase by 1. Your gem pity will continue to accumulate over time. Once you reach the required gem pity count, for example 10, you'll be able to perform one targeted transmutation, variant, or evolution gem enhancement. Pity progression are tracked separately between the 3 gem types and saved for your account. Targeted gem enhancement can be used on eligible gear that meet the original required conditions, such as gem enhancement. Woohoo! Yeah, that's great. I like it. I think people will be very happy. You could tell by the good reactions here instead of the negative ones. It seems pretty cool. Sounds good. All right, question 2. Is it possible to update Regulus's exclusive artifact to grant +1 block, bringing it in line with the standard capabilities of Defender artifacts? I absolutely agree that that is needed. So yes, Defender artifacts are on the list for our game balance blueprint. We'll also be following a similar approach to the classic hero adjustments outlined in Dev Insights from May 4th. There are currently no adjustments planned for Regulus's exclusive artifact, but it's actively being discussed. We appreciate the suggestion, and feedback from commanders genuinely helps shape what we prioritize. Yeah, Regulus's artifact is meh, and he's meh, and that's part of it too. Everyone needs more block, more block, more block. That's just kind of like the go-to now for most content for a defender to be useful. unless they have something else extra super quirky, but even still, a lot of people increase block even with a skill, if not an artifact. Or you put Bastion Ring on them instead. All right, question 3. Is the team considering expanding the gem pool with items that can swap main stats and substats, or upgrade tier 2 gear to tier 3? Yes, Commander, we agree that there's still room to expand the current gem system. We've carefully reviewed and logged each of the ideas you mentioned, including main stat swapping gear, tier upgrades, and selectable affixes. We're also continuing to plan for a broader range of gem types going forward. When the timing justifies, we'll introduce new gem options for everyone. I have to say, I don't know if I like the sound of new gem options. I feel like the ones that we have should just be a little bit more either clearly defined because they can be a little confusing, or the opposite, just expand on what we already have and give it more flexibility. The more currencies and resources and complexity you add, the more it becomes overwhelming for most players. I think there's 20 types of gems and you have to click on every single one of them to figure out which type you really need for this one scenario. You're gonna get overwhelmed. You're gonna procrastinate. If you're like, a lot of people like feel overwhelmed by these systems, and I see that when I see reviews on stuff as simple as starting Godforge. People want explanations, they want clarity, and they don't want to be overwhelmed by, like, especially something like resources. And that's a criticism I've seen in other games too, that there's too many resources, too many things going on, too many currencies. Like, you're just like, whoa. So I don't know. Personally, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Do you think we could just have some adjustments to the current gems to allow them more flexibility for upgrades? Or maybe getting rid of the whole idea of ascending and just converting those materials to something else? Because it's so confusing when you have like ascension from tier 1 to tier 2, and then you forget about those other resources completely. I think there's just too many resources. The more and more they expand that whole adjustment system, I think it's a lot. And I mean, complexity is good when it's depth, but not when it's complexity. So I think there's a difference there that needs to be analyzed a little bit better. All right, question 4. Could the gold cost for recasting and advancing augmenting be significantly reduced, or could daily gold acquisition be substantially increased? We've noticed that everyday tasks like recasting and advanced augmenting are draining a lot of gold, leading the commanders spending too much stamina farming for it. To help address this, we're increasing the gold output in certain modes, starting with Malric Halls in the latest update from May 25th. We will continue monitoring the balance between gold generation and consumption, and we will keep factoring community feedback into future adjustments. Nice. So Malric actually did get some gold balance. That's pretty cool. Because by the time you are overly recasting and dealing with augmentations to a min-maxing level, you should be doing at least the lowest levels of Malric Halls of Illusion. Otherwise, your gear is probably not to the point where you're overly obsessed with recasting and augmenting quite yet. Or you're doing it too early and wasting your resources, more than likely. All right, question 5. Can the stat stability for unidentified gear be improved so that the results are consistently better than mythic gear or ancient gear? So true, I get the worst stuff from that, I swear. We agree that unidentified gear is a rare resource. It takes commitment to earn, so the results should feel worth it. To improve the experience, we'll optimize the gear identity mechanism to make the results feel more worthwhile in the future. We'll share more details in future dev insights, with the final changes confirmed in the patch notes. Yeah, I think it should only be specific sets that are like genuinely top tier. Not no like fracture gear or whatever the hell they want to throw on those things sometimes, right? Like, it should only be a top tier option because it is something so rare and special. All right, question 6. The competitive environment is in urgent need of optimization. Current GVG season points calculation feels discouraging to us, as guilds maintaining a top 5 rank all season can completely drop outside the Overlord rewards tier just by losing the last 2 wars. Also, arena matchmaking deserves more attention too. So thank you, Commander, for sharing your thoughts on the high-level PvP environment overall. On the Guild War season settlement mention, we understand the request for season rewards to reflect the long-term effort guilds have put in. We previously added a win streak bonus mechanism to help mitigate the impact of late season score manipulation, and will continue refining both the point calculation mechanism and Guild War matchmaking to improve the overall experience. As for arena matchmaking, work is already underway. Arena optimization features are projected to enter testing in the Forerunner server in late June. And the goal is simple: make climbing feel smoother, take some pressure out of the process, and help commanders reach their target rank with less grinding. We also want to share our thoughts when we heard community feedback on the leaderboard manipulation, and we fully agree that this is hurting the overall competitive environment. We'll continue monitoring the situation closely, and once we can reliably detect such behavior, we will move quickly with countermeasures in place. Leaderboard, I like that. That's what you want to hear. All right. Question 7. Can the GVG top 5 power binding system for demon soldiers be made more flexible, allowing players to manually assign affiliate priority? The other reply: the development for quick affiliate optimization has already been scheduled in a July update, exact patch to be determined. You'll be able to customize the affiliate priority for demon captain and demon soldiers, meaning you can enjoy a captain's lord skill without needing to place them in the first slot. Okay. And question 8, can the daily login rewards be updated to remove low-value items for endgame players, replacing them with relevant late-game materials? So the reply is that, hey commanders, we've been reviewing the login rewards and our game continues to grow. We agree it's a good time to make some updates. The current plan is to refresh the rewards after the 180-day mark. One adjustment we're looking at is replacing some less relevant items with rewards that feel more useful, with the current update currently targeted as the second half of 2026. All right, and would it be possible to add a visible pity counter to all summoning banners so players don't have to manually track their pulls? As players ourselves, we understand manually tracking pity can feel like extra work sometimes. We're actively designing and developing a pity counter for everyone, currently projected to arrive in the second half of 2026. Alright guys, it looks like the second half of 2026 is going to be extra spicy. Nice updates to come. That Assassin's Creed collab was supposed to be in the second half of 2026 as well. And wow, there were some amazing improvements talked about for gems and augmentation, right? I like it. I like it. It was good. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, of course. And be sure to check out my other videos if you haven't already. Lots to come, lots of exciting stuff on the way, I'm sure, due to all the recent little reveals that are popping out. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.